Bitcoin just had its highest weekly close, and that shows you a story. I mean, look at this. You did get a highest weekly close in here, but the momentum is not there. So what's the story? Is it actually shifting the momentum? The Bitcoin dominance is going up, yes, but inside what pattern? I mean, that counts. If you know the history of that pattern and how that plays out in 90% of the events, I mean, that's a little bit clear where Bitcoin and altcoins are about to move. So the altcoin market on a macro does give you that front. After 2021, 2022, you are getting that volume surge here, which is good. You look at Ether, it's entering the overbought territory. You look at XRP, it's still in the overbought territory. Some of us went negative on a micro fluctuation, but you look at the macro and it conveys the story. For XRP as an asset, which is getting strong utility with the new stable coin, the launch of it, watch how the volume is changing and the momentum is shifting. Because the momentum shift has already been happening in front of us, and right now you can see how that's happening. Yes, if you'd like to take benefit of micro opportunities, volatilities, yeah, you may get some. Fine. But as of now, the momentum has not shifted. This is the Ranko showing you I'm going up. I don't care what you think, but I'm going up. So you plot that on a 3-day, you plot that on a daily, you're watching that going back up. So automatically, if you want to use the same tool for the entire crypto market to analyze this, yeah, you get to see some huge deviations on a different time scale. We're going to do that here. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Right now, you are looking through the market and watching that there is a lot of different tokens slowly getting the volume, starting to move the shift, which is Bitcoin to altcoins. Bitcoin is at 106,000. I mean, imagine we actually went above that. So if we put a candlestick to see where we actually touched yesterday, that is a big story to convey. Meaning, if Bitcoin can go close to $108,000, I mean, that's a big move. Just last month, no one would have been looking at that target saying it's going to happen. But right now, we did touch that. Now think about this. On a daily chart for Bitcoin, you're watching the momentum has not slowed down. You're still going up. The MACD is crossing back to the upside. That's bullish. I agree. But what's the trouble? On a daily, you have developed a negative divergence, and that's still valid. It didn't get invalidated yet, and it shows you something. You'll have to move on to a 3-day chart. Now you watch the same thing. You didn't invalidate that, and you are developing that negative divergence. Now move on to a weekly chart. The weekly chart shows you a clear story. I mean, this high to wherever this high is, most likely you are going to see the negative divergence on the weekly chart. So last time it was bare like this. This time it's going to be a huge one, right? Now on a weekly, when you get it close enough like this, that's when the altcoins actually start popping. So on a weekly, you don't have it yet. Somewhere you have to do this. And that is exactly where the altcoin mania, the massive moves in the altcoin market would start. I'm not saying some of these coins are not running up. Yeah, literally, some of them doing 40, 50, 100% a week is a big move. But what I'm talking about is most of these coins doing a 20, 30% day. That is coming towards us. And I mean, it's going to come very quickly. So while I was traveling, we were still trying to understand what the market is doing. We didn't want to go through a lot of different volatilities in the market, but the market is trading everyone. As we are looking through the market, we do understand that there is going to be enough volatility in the market. If you take the Ranko chart here, say on a macro, you understand, yeah, that's a 3-day chart going up. When it is going up, you really don't want to exit. Remember, when it was entering here back in the day, you were here, right? While you were inside that one candle, you don't feel like that. But then if you have patience to ride this, that was a good ride. I mean, from that Feb 2021 towards May 2021, how long is that, right? You can do that. I mean, just 2 months, 3 months ride is not a bad deal. It's not a bad deal. I mean, if it's me arguing with my portfolio, I wouldn't go against it. Now, say you can go zooming in. Say you pick up a 4-hour chart. We did get some correction. Yes, I agree. This is a Ranko chart. It is not time sensitive. So you see 4th December all the way down towards 10th December, you are going down. Now, slowly, the momentum has shifted. It's slowly going back up. So as soon as you see this, the RSI entering the overbought territory, price action increases its momentum. Now, yeah, you can zoom in and say, we're slowing down. But remember this, micro volatilities will always be there. While you are still going up, you had these patterns. That's how the market works. So if you are panicking during these kind of events, it's going to be really hard and tough on you. Say you pick up Bitcoin for that matter. On a weekly, it's going up. There is no doubt. On a 3-day, it's still going up. You're in the overbought territory. On a daily, this is what you're watching. So if you have a basic paid version for TradingView, you get to see until this. Now, say zoom in. Using a 12-hour chart, you're still going back in. Now zoom in on a 4-hour chart, you're still going back up. Now come on to a 1-hour chart. Bitcoin in any ways is going up. Whether you're using Ranko, whether you're using Heikin-Ashi, it doesn't matter. Bitcoin is grinding higher, right? Now the top formation is what we all want to see. Let me ask you this. Are you going to pick that top? No, most likely we are not robots. But if you do look at the negative divergence developing on an hourly chart, it kind of gives you 2 ideas. 1, a local top is going to be formed soon. 2, before that local top forms, there is going to be a blow off on a micro. This is 1 hour. So it's not going to be as big as you expected. But I want to remind you something. While everyone was talking about a 30%, 40% drop, we shared this thought process, the blow-off phase, right? And I mean, just yesterday, we had the thought process of this, and idea in the market was like, it's really hard to digest. But right now, watch what's happening and understand why that is so. Now, don't misunderstand. On a daily, yes, it looks like a blow-off, yeah? And when you're on a macro, keeping the same noise of the market, it's good to see the fact that the 1, the 2, the 3 is playing out. On a macro, you have the 1, the 2, the 3, right? If you want to plot me, if you want that to be plotted 1, 2, 3, it's kind of playing like a textbook pattern. You take the micro, the 1, the 2, the 3, you're getting each and everything just like you want. So why not here? Like the 1, the 2, the 3, that is the blow off phase. Yeah. Now put it on a 3-day chart, put it on a weekly chart. Bitcoin is going to convey the exact same story to you, just like the last cycle. So you're developing all these patterns which the price action really want to convey. That is the negative divergence building. Now move on to a monthly. The monthly is where you get to see all these crazy things, because last time, don't get carried away with this. There are times where you barely put in a new high, but the price is going exponentially high. So the price action to RSI does not match up. That's also a negative divergence. So don't forget about that. Now, put this here so that you understand what I'm saying. one high to another high in the MACD and the RSI doesn't actually add up. MACD is going up, RSI is saying, no, I don't have that much strength. I'm still somewhat similar in strength criteria. So this is where you'll have to slowly look at the Bitcoin dominance, observe the pattern it's forming, and the direction of the breakout. So if the Bitcoin dominance is playing out in here and then breaking lower, retesting and getting rejected, that base is all that we want. A break of 54 is going to give a lot of momentum in the altcoin space, because that is going to be the continuation pattern. We've been talking about this as a retest incoming, and you look at this, the retest is still playing out. So now you have the ABC to the retest area. So when you get rejected, that is going to influence a lot to the downside in Bitcoin dominance, to the upside in the altcoin market, which is already showing I'm going up and I'm entering the overbought territory. Now, come back to XRP and use a normal Japanese candlestick. Say you want to put that on a monthly, it still counts. Why? Because the monthly here, if you use the Bitcoin, the XRP dominance, kind of clearly argues there has been a change. And that change is a huge change with a measured move. We did this before. We talked about this before. Whether you are conservative, whether you are optimistic, that's you, right? But you can actually take this from the market and say, from the breakout, there can be a minimum 10x towards a 20x possibility. So if you still plot that and say, I'm optimistic about this project, then you're literally arguing that from the current price, I'm watching another 8x. That's $16. $16 to $20 is not a bad target. I mean, XRP at one point was 0.3, 0.5, and people were getting nuked inside this. Right now, things are changing. And what I'm talking about is, if you're here in the market and you're looking through a lot of this and getting confused, I think SI Family is the right place to be to get all of these updates at the right time, just like this. And it's not only the blow off, which I've talked about. I've talked about the negative divergence, what to look for on a daily, on a 3-day, on a weekly, so that you guys are not out of the track. You need to be in the track of the macro and then try trading micro. It kind of works. We're trying to do that in the copy trades, right? We still have an average of around 80% win rate, 80% plus win rate, and we're trying to push that higher. The market and the volatility will always be there. You won't get 10 out of 10 in trading, especially in crypto. That's exactly why you have to control your risk and make sure you retain the capital and slowly ride to the upside. Each wave to the upside, it should be on the positive territory. Say you look through the altcoin market, say on a 4-hour chart, this is what you see. There's a lot of volatility in this. But you kind of get to see each time you go up before the next leg up, you kind of get to see these. You will get to see these kind of moves. So if the price action does give you an opportunity here, use it. It can be worth as the year ends. Because right now, a lot of people would be arguing, we already done a lot of moves in this market. But let me bring you this. This is the monthly chart for the altcoin market, and this is the end of 2024. Watch. I mean, last time you entered there on the monthly, this is what you saw. 1 month of choppiness saying, get out, guys. It's not going to work for you, yeah? And then, boom, 3 months. Those who rode that wave on a macro did get to benefit holding all of that and taking a lot of these profits out. So if you're here, that's exactly what's going to follow from here, which means just holding on to these assets which you are in. If you have enough capital, that's enough for you. If you have smaller capital and you're trying to compound that capital, yeah, you'll have to look through the market. You'll have to try trading the market. That's where a little bit of risk comes in. Yeah. But in the SI Family, you get a lot of help to do that. So if you received value, smash that like button. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.